Today, we're diving into a pretty radical blueprint for a utopian city. And look, this isn't just some vague idea. It's a fully realized world that actually started as a thought experiment online. Its core principle, well, it might just change how you think about our future.
And this is the question at the heart of the whole thing. Think about it. Our civilization is in this constant race to build taller and taller skyscrapers to dominate the landscape. This city asks, what if we built downwards instead? What if we chose humility and harmony over just height? So, what do you even call this philosophy? Well, it's got a name: subterranean solarpunk. It takes that hopeful, eco-friendly vision of solarpunk, the one that imagines a really sustainable future, and it grounds it, literally. The big idea here is that we thrive by copying nature's harmony, not by trying to control it.
So, where do you even begin when you're designing a city like this? Well, you look to the masters of subterranean engineering, insects. This entire metropolis is just a stunning example of biomimicry on a massive, massive scale.
And the inspiration is incredibly specific. We're not just talking about ant hills in a general sense. No, no. The city's main entrance is modeled on a Scandinavian anthill, flipped upside down and scaled up 100 times. The labyrinth inside is based on the insane complexity of a Brazilian leafcutter colony, and the sheer scale, that comes from the Argentine ant supercolony, which can literally stretch for thousands of miles. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a direct architectural plan. All right, let's get into the engineering. Because when you scale up an ant colony to human size, the numbers become absolutely mind-bending. Just take a look at these numbers. We're talking about a structure that could be 1,000 feet deep. That's basically burying the Empire State Building. It could be as wide as 5 football fields, with the equivalent of 75 stories, all underground. But the most staggering figure, the one that really shows you the ambition here, is the amount of earth that would have to be moved.
2.6 billion cubic feet. To put that in perspective, that's the same volume as about 1,600 Empire State Buildings. It's just an almost unimaginable feat of engineering, all designed to create a world right beneath our feet. And life inside is just as thoughtfully designed. The tunnels are hexagonal, for natural strength, kind of like a beehive. Buildings are made from sustainable stuff like packed earth and hempcrete. To get between levels, people use these gently sloping, helix-patterned steps. Natural light is precious, so it's channeled down through huge skylights with this long-term goal of using bioluminescence from trees and fungi. Even the transportation is sustainable, using recycled wagons made from old cars running on electric tracks. Now, a city this unique can't run on a normal economy, right? So this is where it gets really interesting. They've shifted away from money entirely and towards a system based on what you contribute, what you need, and just balance. It's totally low tech, but very high heart.
It's called the repository system, and it's designing to be manual and totally transparent. Here's how it works. You use a pink card to log your contributions, your labor, your art, whatever you create. Then you use a yellow card to withdraw what your household actually needs. And every single transaction is recorded by hand in public ledgers. It's basically a high-trust gift economy, where value isn't about price, it's about what the community really needs in that moment.
Here's a perfect example of how it plays out. A dangerous job in the winter and 2 pounds of lamb. That's not a simple one-for-one trade. That difficult, risky labor, plus a scarce resource like fresh meat, holds immense value. And that value lets you withdraw what your family needs most, like warm clothes and blankets. It's an economy based entirely on need, not on profit. And this comparison really gets to the heart of that philosophical shift. Our current system bases value on price, and the goal is to accumulate more and more. In the City of Givers, value is based on need, and the goal is circulation. Wealth is supposed to flow through the community, not get stuck at the top. Okay, so we've got the physical city, we've got the economy, but what's the moral and ethical foundation that holds it all together? Let's get into the philosophy of it all. This is the city's founding vow. It's an absolute commitment. It means that when they built the city, no animal life was exterminated. Nope. Instead, it was all carefully relocated and integrated into the new ecosystem. This one sentence guides every single decision they make. An old proverb from the city's first builders kind of brings us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? It's this constant reminder that the blueprints for a better world are literally all around us in nature, if we're just willing to stop and listen. And this philosophy extends to the surface above ground too. Things like windmills aren't just functional. They're designed as habitat sculptures that invite moss and vines and birds to make them a home. The dirt they dug out is turned into biophilic concrete, this porous material that lets buildings green over and just merge with the landscape. The goal isn't to hide technology, it's to weave it into the ecosystem.
So, how do you govern a city like this? Well, it's a meritocracy. It's led by a council of provisioners, people chosen for their wisdom and their selfless service. And here's the kicker. To prevent corruption, the entire council gets replaced every 7 years. Former members just go back to their old jobs as teachers or artists. In this city, leadership is a temporary duty, not a permanent privilege.
So what happens when you build a city based entirely on ecological harmony and being self-sufficient? Well, it turns out you unintentionally build one of the most resilient structures you could ever imagine.
Being underground provides natural shielding from disasters on the surface. Its self-sufficient systems for food and power mean it doesn't depend on those fragile global supply chains. The decentralized hexagonal structure means sections can be sealed off to contain any damage, and its local economy, it's completely insulated from the collapse of global financial markets. It's tough.
And this is the final, and maybe the most crucial point. This city was never designed to be a doomsday bunker. It wasn't built out of fear. It was built with the simple goal of achieving balance with nature. Its incredible toughness, its ability to survive, that's just a natural side effect of trying to do the right thing.
So yeah, the City of Givers might be a thought experiment, but it leaves us with a really powerful question. As we look at our own world, at our skyscrapers, at our economies, what can we learn from a city that was designed not to shout at the sky, but to listen to the earth?